Welcome to Freedom Cast, where your hosts, Jordan and Miranda, show you how to get just a little bit more out of life. Are you ready to leave normal behind?
Hello, Freedom Casters. Today we are doing something a little different, like normal. And we are going to be testing your knowledge. Now, we know our listeners are the smartest, most knowledgeable people out there, so this will probably be very easy for you. For us, we probably knew 20% of the answers.
We were very challenged coming up with this. So this week on Freedom Cast, we're going to do 27
dresses.
Trivia. 27 dresses.
With Katherine Heigl.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen that.
It's a good chick flick for sure.
Let's watch it.
Okay.
Tonight.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Anyway, we're going to give you guys 27 trivia questions. I know that my sister, Denise, if she's listening to this, is going to love this episode. She's all about trivia. Me and Miranda are not very good at trivia, but we went through and picked out 27 interesting questions. We're going to talk about them a little bit. We think they were really cool just to have as a little bit of background knowledge.
Yeah, the only trivia we've ever succeeded in was the Office trivia.
We did well.
That's, geographic, historical, scientific, everything like that, no way. Like, we know nothing. But
I'm sure almost everyone out there has gotten lost in some kind of Facebook trivia post or take this test to see whether you're this person or this person from the series. Me and Miranda got lost in The Office one. I think it was like an hour and a half we spent doing this like massive, like 150 question trivia about The Office.
Yeah.
And I think we only got like 3 wrong.
But halfway through, you think to yourself, wow, why are we still doing this?
Why did we do this?
But then you're invested. And you can't let go after a certain point. So we finished strong.
Yep.
But.
So this episode will be less than an hour. So if you want to follow along, we're going to give you some time to answer these questions. It's going to be a fun episode. We're excited for it.
Yeah, trivia is fun. It really makes you think, which is good. Because sometimes thinking's a challenge. So
yes. And I hope we have all the answers in here.
Yeah.
Because then we're going to struggle.
We're going to have to Google all the answers real quick.
I have my phone. We're good. Yeah, we're going to be on the Struggle bus. Okay. Would you like to ask the first question, Miranda?
No, this one you can ask.
Okay. What is the first thing... Oh, sorry. Wow, already I messed up. What is the thing you use to dot your lowercase I? Are you ready for it? It's called a tittle. Yes. I think I might have known that, or I'd heard that one before. I found that question, so I saw the answer right away. But I have seen that before.
Yeah, I've definitely heard of it, but it's one of those things. Could I recall it in the moment if someone asked me what it's called? No, but it's in there.
That's for sure.
It's in my brain somewhere, but can I dig it out if I needed it? No.
Can you dig out the tittle?
Yeah.
Just another one of those useless. Like, why is that even called something? Like, why will we ever need that? Like, if someone's editing my book, are they going to be like, Jordan, you forgot the tittle? Like, no, it's not even possible to forget the tittle.
But why isn't there a name for, crossing the T, dotting the I?
There might be.
We'll have to look that up.
That's called a dawdle.
A dawdle. That's sound logic right there.
Yep. This is going to take forever, but we love it. We'll get you.
Okay, so this next one. Why did the founder of Piggly Wiggly, Clarence Saunders, call it Piggly Wiggly? Now, we're in the South, so maybe some people know this because, we're in the home of Piggly Wiggly.
So don't you have to be in, like, the deep South, though? Like, is Piggly Wiggly even around here?
I mean, I haven't seen one.
I don't know where it is. I know there's one in Hilton Head because we went there.
Yeah.
Maybe just South Carolina.
They're down here somewhere.
All right, if you've had enough time to think.
So he called it that just so people would ask why he called it that. Isn't that interesting?
That's the answer.
He just wanted a conversation starter. Piggly Wiggly, why is that, the name of a grocery store? I want to go there. It's a funny name.
Yeah.
It works.
And there's no other reason, which is kind of lame. It's kind of like, oh man, like, is that really the answer? Like, that's kind of like a letdown.
You kind of, deep down, you hope that he had, like, an Aunt Piggly that wiggled when she walked. But she made the best sandwiches, and so he named this grocery store after her or something.
Yep.
Well.
All right, this one, number 3. I was mad that I didn't get this one. Miranda asked me, and I thought about it so hard. I knew it. I knew what it was. I didn't get it. So we're excited. Hopefully, we're excited. Hopefully, you can get this one. What does USB stand for?
For all your techie nerds out there, USB.
USB, what does it stand for? Like I said, I should have known.
Yeah. You should have known.
It stands for Universal Serial Bus.
So it's just a bus full of all the cereals.
Yep.
Why? What does that even mean? Cereal, like, if you're... I know it has... I mean, this is...
Like numbers.
Yeah.
Not like bowl of cereal.
Yeah, it's the different cereal. But the only way I know that word is in, like, a serial killer. Which is that? It's just, like, a lot? Or... I don't know what that means.
I think it means, like, a lot of numbers.
And bus just because it transports information?
Yeah, maybe.
Like,
I like it.
I don't know. But Universal Serial Bus, USB. Ask that one to any of your techie nerd friends and see if they know it.
Yep. Number 4.
Number 4. Which U.S. state was named after a king of England?
This one's good. My first guess was the state of Washington. That was not a good answer because Washington was more like on this side of things.
This side of the pond.
This side of the pond. Me and Miranda, our trivia is bad, our history is bad, and our geography is even worse.
All right, so the answer is Georgia. King George.
King Georgia.
King Georgia. So think about that. Yeah. Ray Charles singing his song was actually singing to...
the king.
To the king, yes.
King Georgia.
King Georgia.
Okay, number 5. Where would you find the Sea of Tranquility? It sounds so peaceful.
It sounds so nice. I want to just go, get a float, hang out.
I kind of want to go to the Sea of Tranquility one day.
Where would you go to go to the Sea of Tranquility?
But we're probably not going to get to go unless we're one of the few very lucky people. Because the Sea of Tranquility is on the moon. Mic drop.
Mic drop.
Except I like my mic. We're not
going to get on a floaty out there, you're going to float away.
Yep.
It's all over then. Number 6. I don't want to ask this one. I don't know how to say it.
I'll ask this one. We'll skip around. What kind of weapon is a falchion? Again, that's what kind of weapon is a falchion? Again, for all you fantasy nerds out there, if you've read Aragon, you should know it. I'm sure they mentioned it in Lord of the Rings, maybe in the books. Somewhere. A falchion is a sword. It's actually like a curved sword.
It's pretty cool. Pretty cool weapon. Like a mix between a machete and a scimitar.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I think like exactly a mix between a machete and a scimitar. That was very apt.
Thank
my
you.
Life. That was very apt.
An apt observation.
Apt.
Indeed. All right, this one I love.
Yeah, it's perfect that we switched because you like this one.
Question number 7. Bubble wrap was invented accidentally by researchers who were trying to develop a new kind of what? So, they weren't going out researching, okay, we need to find a great material that's fun to pop and we can put in packaging. That's not what they were doing. What were they trying to make when they were, discovered bubble wrap? The answer is 3D wallpaper.
Pretty genius, if you ask me.
But, I mean, my thing is, why didn't 3D wallpaper become a thing?
Maybe just the same reason that, wallpaper didn't become a thing.
Well, I mean, I would get wallpaper if it was bubble wrap wallpaper.
Maybe if they can develop some kind of, repeatable bubble wrap wallpaper. You pop it all one day, and then the next day, it's, all back.
Yeah.
I'm sure they could do that. That would be fun. And then you could jump around your room. You could dive around. It wouldn't even matter. You'd be safe. And you could have fun.
You'd be safe.
You could spend all day just, popping each individual pop.
I think how safe you would be just running around in our apartment. Just bubble wrap everywhere.
I like it. Let's do it.
We're going to do it.
All right. We are on number 8, I believe. How much did the U.S. pay Russia for Alaska? You know, I didn't even know that the U.S. paid for Alaska, so I think this was a kind of a cool question.
I know the question could have been, where did we buy Alaska? Like, we didn't get it on Amazon, we got it from Russia.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
It's interesting.
I mean, I might have guessed that only because Russia is, like, massive. I only know that because we were looking at a map. Man, we have some skills, Miranda, but it's not geometry. I'll tell you that right now. $7.2 million.
Did you say geometry?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, wow. That's embarrassing.
I believe the term you were looking for was geography.
The term I was looking for?
The term.
Oh, the term.
Yeah.
That was good.
All right, what's the answer?
I answered it already. I said it, 7.2 million.
Oh, okay.
You're up for number 9.
Now I'm confused. Number 9, and this one's a throwaway trivia.
What do you mean throwaway trivia? You got. There's a chance you probably know this one. Okay. Miranda didn't, but there's a chance you probably know.
Who played Neo in The Matrix?
This one's easy. It was the main character in The Matrix.
Yes. It's
Keanu Reeves. Oh, sorry.
I didn't know that, but I've only seen The Matrix maybe half of a time, so.
I feel like The Matrix is like all we talked about in psychology class.
Really?
And like philosophy. I mean, The Matrix came up all the time. It was like a major movement.
It
was a movement. Moving on from The Matrix.
All right. Can I ask this one?
Yes.
Who has won more Grammys? Elvis or Taylor Swift?
I think it's kind of a giveaway saying you like this question because people know you like T Swift.
Well, I like Elvis too.
No.
I'm just a hunker burning love.
I don't know any Elvis songs.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Man.
But too bad for Elvis fans. It's T Swift. She actually won more in one night than Elvis won in his entire career. She won 4 Grammys in one night. Now, I don't know. Maybe Elvis didn't have as many chances to win Grammys. Maybe it wasn't around as much. I don't know.
I think there's a reason.
There's probably a reason.
You know, it sounds intense, but I mean, Elvis, you know, he was a very popular guy. I mean, people still dress up like him. I mean, that means you have a pretty good imprint on culture if people still impersonate you.
That's true.
So, I don't know if they're going to have T Swift impersonators in
I'm sure
2040.
2040, maybe not.
Yeah.
All right. Trivia question number 11, guys. The Vatican Bank is the world's only bank that allows ATM users to perform transactions in what language? I'll say that again. The Vatican Bank is the world's only bank that allows ATM users to perform transactions in what language?
I was going to make a joke, but then it would give it away.
What, that I didn't put the answer down? I'm glad I remembered it. What's the joke?
I was going to say, well, I don't know. I'm not confused. I was going to say Pig Latin.
Oh. The answer is actually Latin. Maybe the Vatican Pig Bank, they use Pig Latin.
Yeah.
The Vatican Piggy Bank.
There you go.
That's perfect.
All right, number 12. What is a group of apes called? And I feel like there's always these questions in trivia. Like,
yeah, what's a group
It's just like, yeah. It's like, why do we have those?
So there's a gaggle of geese. You told me the ducks, right? What was that one?
Ducks, I forget already. Gaggle of geese, that's all I know.
The gaggle of geese.
It's a sleuth of bears.
That's what I was going to ask you what bears were.
Sleuth of bears. They're funny names, but it's like, when am I ever going to use that? I was hiking in the woods and I saw a sleuth. I mean, do you have to say sleuth of bears?
You would never have say that, though, because if you saw, like, a sleuth of bears, you would probably be dead.
Yeah.
Did we answer the question yet?
But for me, the English language is so funny because we don't even have, like, a name to describe, like, your nieces and nephews, like, both. It's always bothered me. You know what I mean? Like, you have... Or, like, cousins.
Yeah, you have to make it complicated. You have to say, like, my wife's brother's kids.
Yeah, or, like, my nieces and nephews. Or if you say cousins, but you can't, like, delineate if it's, like, male or female cousins.
That's interesting.
But why? But why do we have a word for a group of bears?
I also can't say whether my nieces or nephews are on my blood side or your side. Right?
Yeah.
You could say in-laws, my nephew's in-law, I guess.
Because, yeah, whenever I'm talking about, I mean, they're my nieces now, too, but I'm like, Jordan's nieces makes it sound like they're not mine, but I consider them mine. They're part of my family. But
yeah.
It's just a weird
Yeah,
thing.
because I say, like, your brother, but well, maybe that's separate.
That's a different issue.
It's still confusing. Okay.
So the answer,
Yeah, go ahead.
the answer for a group of apes is a shrewdness, which, I mean, that's kind of a weird one. I feel like a gaggle is a more fun term for a group, but I guess shrewdness.
Yep.
Shrewdness.
We gave you a while to think on that one. We're going to give you this one real quick because I think you can get this one. We're going to give you 3 seconds to answer this one. What tree gives us prunes? Plum tree. Because prunes are dried up plums.
There you go.
It's perfect.
Question 14. What did Sir Christopher Cockerell invent? You're never going to guess it.
I love this one. You probably don't know, but maybe you do.
The answer?
If you get this one, I feel like you should email us and be like, hey, I knew question 14. Like, send me some swag. Maybe we'll send you some swag if you knew this one, because this one's impressive.
Like, are people following Sir Christopher Cockerell on Instagram? I don't know.
Maybe.
Is
he on Instagram?
Is he still alive?
Is he on Insta?
How is he a sir?
Who knows?
So many questions. So the answer is a hovercraft. But
yes.
Okay, am I going to sound really stupid here? We're going to cut this out if this is stupid.
I don't know if it's stupid or not.
Hovercrafts exist?
I guess. I think they have hoverboards. I didn't know they had, like, hovercraft.
Like a hovercraft,
That seems like advanced.
Star Wars, right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess maybe he invented it, but it's not real. I don't know. We'd love to know if you know.
We're going to have to look into that one.
I've never been on one. I can say that much. I've never been on a hovercraft. Okay. Number 15. Question number 15. What does the Latin phrase caveat emptor mean? Latin phrase caveat emptor. Not 100% sure I'm saying that right, but it looks like that. It means let the buyer beware. I really like that. I like Latin. I should probably take Latin. I like the words.
Does that mean, is that kind of like buyer's remorse? Or just...
I think it means, like, let the buyer, like, watch out. Like, buyer, be careful. That's
we're gonna get you.
I think, like, let the buyer beware is, like, a real thing. Posted some places. All right, you can ask the next one.
Right.
Number 16.
Which delicacy is loved by pigs who dig for it around tree roots? The answer is truffles.
Not the chocolate truffles. Because that would be amazing.
These are the mushroom truffles that cost about $100 for one.
Okay, let me ask you 2 questions, Miranda. Why do they cost $100, and what do you do with them?
Well, you eat them, but I think they cost $100 because you can't harvest them easily. You have to get a pig who sniffs them out of the ground.
But it's like the only reason that they're worth a lot is because they're hard to find. Isn't that interesting?
It's like
that
a
value
delicacy,
thing.
yeah. But I mean, I've never really had one, so I don't know. But
Interesting.
chocolate truffles, I'll eat those all day. And I'm glad they're cheaper than $100. So there.
Yeah. All right, I like this one. This one's funny. 17. What was John Wayne's original name? Hint. It's pretty bad.
Hint. It's a good thing he changed it.
Yes. His original name was Marion Morrison.
Which, I mean, that wouldn't work in old Western movies, I don't think.
No. I think like Morrison, I think like Van Morrison.
Yeah.
Like the rocker.
Yeah, but Marion...
Like Van Morrison works, but like for a guy, Marion Morrison, it's like, ooh.
When I hear Marion, I think of this sweet old lady at the retirement community.
I don't think of John Wayne.
John Wayne, yeah. I don't think of cowboys and all that.
I didn't even know that John Wayne changed his name. I think that's cool. That's why I'm liking trivia more.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to do this one too, because this one I really like. If you've seen the movie K-Pax, which you probably haven't, but me and members of my family, or at least my brother Gib, have watched the movie K-Pax, and we love that movie. So this question relates to that. If you watch that movie, you would know. Where am I? Number 18. What is the bluebird a symbol of? What's the bluebird a symbol of? Happiness.
Happiness. It's very sweet.
I like that one. That's why we had to put it there.
I mean, it makes sense. Bluebirds seem very cheerful, I think. It's not like a raven, you know?
Yeah.
Caw!
Yeah, caw! Raven! The symbol of death.
Yeah, exactly. Harbinger of death.
Harbinger. I love that. I love that word.
Mm-hmm. It's a good word. It's one of those words we were talking about today that you only use in certain phrases. What
Yep.
was the one we were using earlier?
Oh, I don't remember.
But yeah, just words that you don't use except for just one particular phrase.
Coursing.
Yeah, like blood, like the blood's coursing through my veins. You don't use like coursing.
Like I threw a cake at her head and that the cake was coursing through her hair. Like you wouldn't say that.
Yeah, it sounds weird.
That was a terrible description.
I don't know if that.
I liked it.
It was good. All right, 19. What is rum distilled from?
This one I feel like it's one of those you should know.
I feel like maybe most people know. It's just us that were.
I had no idea.
We were like, wow, I didn't know that. I think that's just us.
Yeah. What is it, Miranda?
Sugarcane.
That's cool.
Which I feel like I should like rum more. But
I've never been a huge fan of rum.
no, but I mean, now that I know that it's distilled from sugarcane, maybe.
There you go. Okay, number 20. Which traditional Scottish musical instrument was once banned under English law? The bagpipes. Who could you ban bagpipes? How dare they?
How dare they? I say good for them because bagpipes. I mean, I could understand why someone would be irritated by it and say, no, we're just banning this. It's like recorders, you know, when you learn like how to play a recorder as a little kid in elementary school. Like, I would ban recorders.
You're comparing the sound of bagpipes to the sound of recorders? Recorders sound awful. Bagpipes are beautiful.
If done well, but can you imagine having like a little elementary school full of kids learn how to play the bagpipes?
That would be pretty bad.
Yeah.
But it's not banning them from schools.
I'm stuck on this school.
It's banning them from English law.
Yeah, well, either way.
Okay.
Good for them.
Number 21, Miranda.
In
Number 21,
1987, this was 2 years before Jordan and I were born, what song was the first song in Spanish to top the U.S. charts?
I didn't know this. It's one of those songs that you hear it once, it gets in your head for 3 days.
Yeah.
Did you know this one?
No.
Before you read the answer?
No, I wouldn't have guessed it.
But it's kind of, I mean, it's pretty obvious, right?
It's La Bamba.
La Bamba.
La Bamba. This was really just an excuse for us to make weird sounds and sing songs for the whole episode.
That's okay, right?
Yeah, it's okay.
All right, number 22. Which fictional character lived at 221B Baker Street? Which fictional character lived at 221B Baker Street?
The Gingerbread Man?
Santa Claus? I was trying to think.
I ran out of ideas.
I thought of Rudolph the reindeer, but that's because I said Santa Claus.
That's too similar. It's too similar.
Okay. As you probably know, Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes.
Yep.
I guessed that one right, but I wasn't really. It was just a guess, and I got lucky.
That was amazing.
Yes.
Another one that we would not have known is number 23.
How many lines should a limerick have? I want you to think hard. Make your high school English teachers proud here. How many lines should a limerick have?
They would be so proud of you if you got this right. You can do it.
Think about it.
You got it.
It's 5.
For all those people that were wrong.
Yes. 5. Bonus points if you know anything else about a limerick.
I know it's a poem. It's a poetry style, right?
Yeah, something.
So I get some bonus points.
Yeah.
Number 24 out of 27. We're getting to the end, but we're loving this episode. We think this is so cool. What year did the Louvre open as a museum?
If you get this right, I'll be very impressed.
Because it's a date, and it's like this very specific date. 1793.
Yes.
That would be very amazing if you got that one right.
I just think it's pretty cool that it's been a museum that long. Just think about that. That's older than most buildings in America, you know? And that, like, it was a museum.
Yeah.
It's been a museum a really long time.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
I love these fun episodes. If you like this episode so far and you're thinking about, man, like, these guys are cool, you can also, what?
You are excited. You start yelling.
Yes, I want to make sure they hear me. We did an episode where me and Miranda talked about The Office the entire episode, and I'll put the link to that in the show notes because I do not remember which episode number off the top of my head. We also did an episode on Marvel because we love Marvel characters and Marvel movies. We talked about, I think, the order of our favorite movies. Miranda, were there any others similar to this one? Those are the two I thought of off the top of my head.
Well, we talked about the books that we really enjoyed so far.
That one was a very popular episode as well.
Yeah, I like that one. That was a good one.
Yep. Now I don't remember which number.
It's fun. It's fun just to mix it up every now and again. All right, 25.
I actually got this one right.
What digit does not exist in Roman numerals? This one you just have to really think about it. Because you know it, it's just you gotta think of the answer. It's 0.
Yep. 0.
So I guess you can never technically be bankrupt if you are using Roman numerals.
We should switch.
We should switch.
I love it.
We'd be doing better financially.
Yes.
But
everyone would be doing better financially.
Because they don't add zeros.
I think if you count in Roman numerals, everyone would be rich. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know.
I love it.
Sure.
Moving on. Is it my turn?
Yes.
Oh, number 26. What is special about this sentence? The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Again, what's special about this sentence? The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Miranda, I was so impressed you got this one right.
So the answer is that it has every letter in the alphabet in it once. Which, I mean, we didn't double check to make sure that's true, but I'm just going to believe it.
I'm assuming it's true. Why? How did you know this? I thought that was interesting how you knew this.
Because I use different online programs for making the blog covers for the podcast episodes and your online things, and they have, for the fonts, a lot of times it'll say the quick brown fox, and it has that sentence. And I was like, well, why would they have that sentence? It's because it showcases every letter in the font. Very interesting.
It's very cool.
Yes.
I'm going to do this last one. This guy shows up in literally everything. He's in like every movie.
Every movie ever made.
He's in The Incredibles. He's in The Avengers. Just those two right now. What more do you need?
I feel like everyone already knows who it is.
Probably. Pulp Fiction. Star Wars. That's just off the top of my head.
Was he in Lord of the Rings?
No.
See, that's the one he missed out on. I feel
Why was he not there?
He should have had a cameo. He should have been like...
This isn't even the question, but we're going to first ask, who do you think we're talking about?
Yeah, who has been in every movie except Lord of the Rings?
That we just mentioned.
Yes. He's in a lot of like Adam Sandler movies too, right?
I don't think so.
No, he was in the or no, not Adam Sandler.
He was not in Happy Gilmore.
No, I'm thinking of Bruce Almighty or something.
That was Morgan Freeman.
Oh.
It is not Morgan Freeman. That's not who we're talking about.
I thought he was in that one. No.
We are talking about Samuel L. Jackson, because of course he's in everything.
Yes.
But the question is, number 27, the question is, what did Samuel L. Jackson used to do? What did he used to do?
So, I mean, a very general question.
Yeah, maybe it should be like, what did he used to do
He used to.
before acting?
He used to eat turkey sandwiches regularly, but...
He used to get served a PBJ every day he came home from school by his grandfather. I don't know. He used to be a cheerleader.
A cheerleader.
That question was way more fun, like, just talking about Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah. I think that's cool that he was a cheerleader.
It was cool. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode on trivia questions. Miranda, send us home.
Hopefully you learned something.
I know we did.
I mean, we'll probably forget it in a day or two, but, I mean, trivia is still fun.
We learned that Samuel L. Jackson is not Morgan Freeman. Yes. That is what we have learned, Miranda.
That's what I learned one of these days. So hopefully you found this educational.
And intriguing. Interesting.
Yes. We're just trying to educate the world about Samuel L. Jackson. That's our purpose in life.
Yep.
So I hope you have a wonderful day, and thank you for listening.
If you want more information, you can go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/Jordan and Miranda Ring. That's facebook.com/Jordan and Miranda Ring. You can find our Freedom Cast page there. That's where we are sharing these podcast episodes with you. If you're not already subscribed to the podcast on iTunes or another player like CastBox or Stitcher, you can subscribe on those platforms. But if you are not subscribed, you can check out our Facebook page. We will post our future episodes on there. We're also going to post on there information about my upcoming book launch and all of that good stuff as well. So definitely go to that page, like it. You don't want to miss out.
All right, everybody. Stay toasty.
Stay toasty, friends.